So in probability 16B, again, we're going to look at two events happening, one after another, and looking at the probabilities of the events taking place. So we have two spinners in this case. If we spun this spinner and then we spun this spinner, and we want to figure out all the outcomes, we can use a tree diagram to do that. So we start with the first spinner, and the two outcomes are either you spin an A or you spin a B, and half the time you should get an A and half the time you should get a B, since it's divided in equal halves. And then we look at the second spinner, and that spinner is divided into thirds. Each part is 1/3 of the whole, like this one, each part is 1/2 of the whole. And so if we had spun an A in the first one, and then the next possibilities is an A, a B, or a C, and each of those is a third. Or if we'd spun a B first, and then in the second spinner, again, you could have spun an A, a B, or a C, and each of those has a 1/3 chance of happening. And then we look at all the outcomes. So we could have had A and then A and then B, A and then C, or B then A, B and B, or B then C. And in this case there is an order that matters, because this one has the A, B, and so these are your first spinner, and then these are your second spinner. And again, you can see in each case there's 2 outcomes on this one, 3 on this. Together there are 6 outcomes. So in this case, each of these is 1/6, 1 out of 6 possibilities. You can see it that way, or you can see multiplying the fraction. 1/2 times 1/3 gives 1/6 in each case. 1/3 times 1/2 gives you the 1/6 outcome. So you have a 1 in 6 outcome of any of the specific possibilities here. And so if we want to look at probabilities using the tree diagram, which our examples give us, so the first one asks, what's the probability of spinning an A then a C, which is right here. And there's a 1 in probability of doing that, and then that's the simplest of the fraction that can be. And the next one, a C then an A, well, you can see in this case order matters. We can't really get a C first because there's no C on this spinner. So this one is not possible. There are no ways to do that. So how about ways to get letters that are the same? So we have an A, and a B, and a B. So now there's 2 ways out of the 6, or 1/3 of them, where you can get that outcome. And so if you think about the next one, well, we just asked letters are the same. Well, how about letters are different? It has to be all of the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 6, or 2/3 have letters that are different. And then this one, again, just looking at the specific situation, the probability that the second spinner shows an A. So if you look at our outcomes, so here's the second spinner showing an A, and here's the second spinner showing an A. So there's 2 ways out of the 6, or 1/3 of the outcomes where the second spinner shows the letter A. So here again, using fractions, simplifying the fractions, starting with a tree diagram to show all the possible outcomes when we have multiple events that take place in probability.